Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you see the little pause. I had to pause. It's been a lovely day today. A beautiful sunshine, clear sky. I was up and down the King's Road, just chilling. Get your questions in. I can see Manny's gone to work with this thing. Hold on, what's this Manny? What I'm looking at on the banner thing? What am I looking at, Manny? Hold on, what's Manny? Has Manny put up something different? No, Manny. Something's wrong. Oh, this is the banner. Man, fix this thing here. Sorry. Fix. I don't know what's going on in the studio. Click the comments. Okay. So it's my oh, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the unprofessionalism of myself in this instance. Let me introduce to you. Well, it's been a long 24 hours, and I was like, this 24 hours couldn't have come any faster. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you in the Pradas, as we say in the magical words, the now famous words, dream it, believe it, become it.
Coming up. Yo.
Yeah.
Boxing, blood clot boxes taking liberties. No, my friend, this is just apple juice, and I'm taking liberties because it's actually my daughter's apple juice. But I said no, I'm lashing that today. And Tunde's there with his tea, but we had almost, and the uproar is about round number 5, and the body shot, and was it legal or illegal? I don't know what I've done a lot of analysis over this body shot, and was Daniel Dubois actually robbed of his chance to become heavyweight champion of the world?
Well,
And
first of all, let us say good evening to the dignitaries. Opiyemi first in the building. AAV Developments or Develop, sorry. Malcolm Marcel, Tommy, Elliot Francis, Prince James is anti-work. Eso, Al Kuya, I see you, bro. Al Nazir, I Boxing Hub is in the building. Bukayo Saka, the one and only Saka. Randy Savage is back with us. I remember Randy from yesterday. KF Harris is here. Philip Answer, good evening, sir. Graph Dog M. Tunde is in the building. EST. Philip Answer, who said it? James St. Patrick, Daniel Grace, Alfie Black, Mr. Stand-Up Guy, Jay Barrow, Yemi X, Daniel J. Boating, Dutchy Dutch, the Dirt Gang Boss. Yeah, covered. You know, I always say blood clot is bomber clot boxing. Hey, where's Dutch again? Big up Alan Skill, Thomas J. Riley, Nathan Bailey, CBC Boxing, Bernard, Cordea. I see you. Miss the lovely Miss Ringside is with us. And Chris R, Ralph Tell, and many more. The list goes on and on. Suffice to say, 221 people in the chat right now. Rob Mayer, I see you, bro. Too Blessed, Adrian Waters, Sugar Ray Robbie, Southwest Boxing Media. You know, I just can't leave out the people of that. These are like low customers. Alan Skill is here. Daniel Bakar, Russ Gale, or Rugel, sorry. Lance Asia, he's here. Lee S is here. Country, the one and only Country family. You know the set. Yeah, we're
Miss Ringside, thank you so much. $9.99. We have to start, sir.
Start the thing. That's the signal. Hold tight, Miss Ringside, with the first super chat, Snapchat of the evening. She says, thank you for the 999. She says, I feel like it's perspective at this stage. In slow mo, it appears that that Dubois glove was half under and half on the belt line. The way he threw the punch from the bottom up is debatable. And that is a very, 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 very good comment and well written, Miss Ringside. Spence, we got big up Gary Chains Old type, brother. Barry Cubs is it? SA, Will Lee Bender, Matt Cullyfield, or Cofield, Jamal Hussein.
So 1 second, Jamal. Let me just big up my brother. I ain't seen this brother in about 30 years.
Come on,
Jamal
Cali
Hussein,
State.
from Cali Estate. Salute my brother. Oh my word!
Come on, they're all coming out, Spence, bro.
Come on,
It's
man.
not gonna say with the man's them. And big up Mr. Kevin Lovelace celebrating his birthday today down at Stansted Road, the Telegraph. Listen, he couldn't believe it. I rolled up, Spence. Man was
So
like,
it goes on till 3 o'clock, innit?
yeah, it started at 3 and it ends
What
later
time
on
is it?
tonight.
It
It's
finished
been
about
going
one
on since
o'clock.
3. No, it's been going on since 3 p.m.
What time did it finish? Because he sent me the thing. So I might just drive down there. After this, I might
Yes,
just.
because I was in the area, I said, you know what? It's until 1:30 a.m.
So where's
It's
it? Where's it? Stansted Road.
Stansted Road. Bruv, it's around the corner. You know, like when you come down like Forest Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Stansted Road there. Yeah,
Do you know
that's
what? You know what? You know what? After the show,
yeah.
I'm gonna
Roll
drive.
up.
I'm gonna drive past there. Still, I'm gonna show my face.
Yeah. I literally went in there. I tricked him. I done that thing where I said, sorry, I can't come. I'm in camp and everything like that. And bro, I just rolled through the door. Man couldn't believe it. So I'm happy
Yeah.
to see a smile on my brother's face. So big up Kevin Lovelace all
Bro,
day.
was there
Every
food down there, bro?
bro, you eat too much food. Come on. All right, let's get cracking because the people are waiting. 333. Spencer, was this a low blow and should Mr. Daniel Dubois today be waking up the unified heavyweight champion of the world?
I believe that it should be. And I'm in agreement with Don Charles. I'm in agreement with Frank Warren. I believe, and also Timothy Bradley, because I listened to the ESPN commentary of the fight, and the difference is when we're listening to the fight, we're not hearing the sound of the punches. So we're seeing what's going on, and we're just judging off of the back of that. And because of copyright infringements, we've got to turn down the sound really low.
Yes.
Going back and watching the fight, Ton, Daniel Dubois did a lot better than we gave him credit for. Right?
No.
But,
I don't think,
no,
not me.
no.
I did say
I'm
he did
saying
very well.
he done a lot better.
Yes.
He done a lot better. And not only that, maybe you could say you gave him 2 rounds out of 9 that he was competing in, right? But he was always in the fight.
Yes.
He was jabbing very, very sharp. You could hear the sharpness of the shots when he's throwing the shots. And the reason why I'm going back to what Timothy Bradley said. And Timothy Bradley, when it first happened, the shot, he was like, if you get a big 233-pound man that hits you with a shot downstairs, your legs go and blah and all the rest of it. In the same round, because Usyk made a meal of it, they went back and looked at it and goes, that wasn't low. This is his words. This is not my words. This is a man that's been a 2-weight world champion and a unified champion when he was down at 140. He was saying it wasn't low. And Daniel Dubois knows this. And it wasn't low. And I'm going to stand with it. But if you want to get with the semantics of the whole thing, right?
What does semantics mean, please? You know, not everyone's educated
All
as
right,
you.
so if you want to get into the core roots or the rawness of it, right?
Yes.
It's down to interpretation, yeah.
Okay.
And it'd be the interpretation of like, where do you call it low? Like from the navel, they say like anything from the navel, from the belly button downwards, is going to be a low
Below.
blow, right?
Yes.
The protector that we wear, what's the protector called, Tundi, in boxing?
But I don't know. It's just protector.
No, what's the protector?
That's what
No,
you buy it
what's it
online.
called?
This is the protector.
What
The
is it
belt
meant to
protector.
protect though? Tundi, what's it meant to protect?
Your private parts.
Okay then, it's called a groin protector. It's called a groin protector or a ball
A
protector.
grain protector, yeah. But I just
Right.
when I order it's protector, body belt.
Right, exactly. But Tundi, the punch never hit him in the balls. It was so it's
No.
not right. It hit him at the top. It hit him on the belt line, right?
So just to cut you, Spence, a low blow doesn't have to be in the crown jewels area, though.
No.
A
It just
low
got to be
blow,
anything
a
from
low
the
blow,
belly button underneath.
yeah. According to the rules, a low blow is anything under the belly button. I
Yep.
just want to clarify that.
And in the British Border Control, I think that's stipulation 5.8. right? Where you have to read that green rule book. I remember when me and Tundi were studying that years ago.
Trust me.
Right? So off of that, then we'll say, yeah, it was a low blow. How you going to call it? Was it a low blow? But the meal that Usyk made, he was hurt. It was a body shot he was hurt from. Because you
Mm.
could see earlier in the fight, Daniel was always he was trying to jab, then he throw the right uppercut. Sometimes you go
Yeah.
to the head with it, go with the body with it, yeah? It was a perfectly timed shot. And I'm saying he has every right to complain and say that I think I got jobbed here.
Mm.
But what he should have done, and it's easier said than done because it's now past, he should have jumped on Usyk after Usyk got back up. He should have really went at him. You know? It is what it is. I still believe that Daniel Dubois should have been if that fight was in this country, right? Similar to when Amir Khan fought Zab Judah in America. He hit him with the same shot. Zab Judah made a meal of it, said it was low.
Yes.
And they said to Zab, no, it wasn't. Now, I've seen low blows in heavyweight boxing, right? Now, low blows, properly low blows, when I'm saying, nah, you're taking the biscuit, is Andrew Galotta versus Riddick Bowe. That's what you call low blows.
Mm.
This was
Michael,
in that
you know Michael Sprott, yeah?
versus Danny Williams.
No, but Michael Sprott is messaging me on Insta. Michael, I need to send Michael. 'Cause he's sending me videos of the Gerard Anderson fight last night.
Okay.
And in that particular fight, I'll play it to you. I don't know if the audience will hear it.
We can hear it. Can't really hear it, Tom.
So
Okay.
what he
Anywhere on the
heard is,
belt is foulers.
yeah, any blows below the on the belt line is considered a foul. And so Michael Sprott was asking me my opinion. But what I said to him, what you have to understand, Michael, after the Dubois fight, which that fight was, every referee on the planet Earth was put on notice.
Yep.
Because really, those same instructions should have been made clear at the beginning of the Dubois Usyk fight.
And it wasn't.
And they wasn't. And from what I understand is that I tried to get I wanted to get Andy Ayling on the show tonight because
What's he doing?
Andy Ayling actually Andy Ayling brought it up at the rules meeting.
Tun, contact Andy right now, bro.
No. I was speaking to Andy, but he can't. You know, and I'll actually read.
He'd be honored to jump on the thing. He's always talking about.
No. Of course, Andy would. He said it, but basically, right now, Andy cannot come on because of. Hold on, let me read this. You know, they're preparing. Obviously, Frank Warren,
arbitration,
and the team are preparing clips and stuff like that to give to the lawyers. So, you know, Frank, as he should as a promoter, is doing the right things. But Andy Ayling actually brought it up at the rules meeting because we kind of knew that this was a ploy. And you only need to go and look at the Anthony Joshua fight. He tricked the ref.
It's the same referee, Tundi.
It's the same referee. He tricked the ref in that fight. Now I know what a lot of people online is going to be saying. Remember, I'm a neutral, so I'm not benefiting in any way from this. I know what a lot of people are going to say. A lot of people are going to say that, okay, so you're highlighting one particular moment of the fight, but Usyk boxed Daniel's ears off. He lemon peppered him he gave him the Wingstop lemon peppered him for 10 rounds.
Yeah,
but my point is, the fight was not supposed to go 10 rounds. The fight was over in round 5.
Exactly.
So, and you know, as I said, and I didn't know until I listened to Don Charles's comments on IFL TV and other IFL TV and many other interviews, boxing news. He said the plan was always to take man out in 6 rounds. What did I say on the show, Spence? This fight has to be done by 6 rounds. So I get what people are saying, that we're overlooking the masterful footwork and strategy and the boxing, the damn right boxing skills of Usyk. But in reality, or it's not reality, one perspective is that the fight should not even have gone because the fight was over in round 5. Thank you, Nathan Bailey, for the 199. Do y'all think boxing should adopt the VAR system, which they have in football, cricket, from what I understand, and other sports? What's your take on that, Spencer?
My take on this is like on infringements like which we witnessed yesterday.
Yes.
I believe, and just like someone up here, I think it's Eagle Eye, said it's very subjective, and it is subjective. But I believe, like, if we have these things to go and take into account, because the shot was thrown, and from the referee was standing, he wouldn't know if it was a low blow or not, right? Usyk orchestrated to him to say, "Listen, bro, that punch was low." And if you want to leave that era alive, you see how much Ukraine is in there, we'll mash you up. So the referee said, yes, it's low. And then on top of that, watch the amount of time that the ref gave him. Not only like when Usyk said, I'm ready, I want to carry on fighting. The man said to the ref said, no, rest longer. Then he brings him to the center of the ring, not to say continue fighting, but to warn Daniel Dubois again to give Usyk more time. Now, these are the only reasons why I'm saying no, it weren't no low blow. And that's that. Sorry, it wasn't.
Thank you, Liverpool to Ada. He says it wasn't low. However, shots like this are marginal, so I see both sides. It's down to the ref's interpretation. I can't say robbery when a call is 50-50.
Right. I agree with you. I'm not saying that it was a robbery. What I am saying, it was incompetence on the side of the referee, but I think his incompetence was also influenced by the crowd. That the Ukrainian rock star man singing, the president of Ukraine giving good luck wishes to Usyk, who's a gallant man because he's gone on to war, went onto the battlefield, and all the rest of it. All of those things,
yeah. I'm gonna
bring in a major bias.
I hope Don comes on. Don comes on.
No, I just sent it to Don. I just sent Don the link. He said yeah, so he's saying that. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, Amari J Gaming, thank you for the $4.99, sir. He said, my dad said there were Nazis in security positions at the fight. He was there. If the bars won, there would have been a riot. So I guess you mean that basically that influenced the ref and maybe the judges. Interesting point.
What I'm trying to say is this: only certain man can go into them foreign territories, yeah, and don't business. Like you with Anti-Yard and the rest of the team, and you had to bad up Usyk's manager when he tried to get brazen with you, right?
Yes,
it's only certain man can do that. Don Charles ain't that guy to do that. You know what I mean?
I mean, let's look at the performance as a whole from Usyk. Thank you, Miss Ringside, for the $4.99. She said, if this is the case, Spence, in round 5, why did Dubois not dispute it or his team? Why was there no uproar at the time? And this is a point that an individual made to me as well.
I heard that earlier today as well.
More of it at that point, and that's why I would love to ask Don some questions. But go ahead, Spence.
And the reason why they never complain about it, yeah, because you're in the heat of battle, and if you know, I've known Don Charles for 40 years. That's crazy. That's how long I've known him. And what happens is when you're in the heat of battle, Don. Especially Don, he's a person who doesn't like to ruffle feathers. He just wants to get on with his job. So if he'd have kicked off at that time now, he's thinking, it's a World Heavyweight Championship fight. If I lose my composure right now, will it affect my fighter and Daniel, who I've only worked with for 17 weeks? It's the first fight that we're in, and we're in a unified heavyweight title fight together. Right? Do I want to really kick off and then let it affect my fight. And I've been in situations with Don where he's that person where he's like, let's calm it down because I don't want anything to reverberate around the camp. So I think that's the reason why Don did not kick off. But afterwards, Don had a lot to say.
But is that too late?
Of course, it's too late.
Do you know what? Anyway, it's not about me. This is not about me. Paul Diouf, you're blocked. See you later, mate. Yeah, Paul Diouf, you're blocked. Get out of here, man. Get out of the dance. Anyway, so Alexander Wilson says, Tunde, the ref Louis Pabon was the ref in the Yard versus Kovalev fight. What was your experience working with him? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. He was I mean, listen, you don't when you deal with these referees and stuff like that, or anyone in general, you don't really know them. You just, sometimes you get a feeling that you're like, bro, I don't like this brother. His energy is not right. But I can't say I had that experience with the ref. There was even a point in the fight where Kovalev hit Ant low, and you know how Ant is a warrior. Ant told the ref to, bruv, louder. Let's rock it on. You see what I'm saying? But he actually intervened for the low blow for Kovalev. And that's the only real experience I had of him. I remember he came to the dressing room before. It seemed like a nice man to me. But what is nice? I don't know. When a man hand you a brown envelope, not to say he did, what is nice? I don't know. I don't know these people. I experienced them from the first time. If I don't get a negative energy from them, then to me, they're good people. But it's different situations and different scenarios. As I said, our personal opinion, he officiated the fight and he was fair. And that's all I can say about Louis Pabon. So I hope that answers your question, Alexander Wilson.
Wow. Craig, big up yourself. That is, I remember that I made a mad prediction when I said that Andy Lee versus Peter Quinlan was going to be a draw. So thank you very much. Remember that that was my Sky days. But yeah. I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Go on, sir.
No, I was good. I mean, I want to keep on, on this same vibe.
Yeah.
What do you have to say? These are questions I want to ask Don, but Don, I gotta play it, bro, just to remind myself, because Don is Nigerian. There's no ifs or buts. Don is Nigerian. Wait.
Let the first man let him come and say to my front face, I'll punch him in the mouth so hard. See if they'll quit. I promise you, when I get back to England or any human being that comes to, let them come and say to my face, don't hide behind the keyboard about he quit. Come to my face, me, Don Charles, and tell me I'll punch you in the mouth. I'll probably get arrested by the police, but I'll punch you in the mouth.
Only a Nigerian will say, come to my front face. Don Charles is a legend in the sport of boxing. Don said, come to any man that tells me that Daniel Dubois quit. You come when I get back to London. This is Nigeria man talking. When I get back to London, say that to my front face. I will punch them so hard. Bro, man's gonna put in his glasses for that episode there. Congratulations, Don Charles. You said it how it is. Any man that called Daniel Dubois a quitter, come to my front face, I'll punch you hard. So the point is, before I say these Snapchats, Spencer, what is your response and what is your professional opinion of people that say that Daniel Dubois quit in the fight?
He didn't quit.
Before you answer, thank you, Rain71 for the £5. They would have got lynched if DDD won. I think this is a bit. No one ain't getting lynched, bro. Not for these brothers that you see at. Not for these guys that you see at boxing match shouting. They're full of empty. They're empty. When you stand up in their face, they ain't coming with nothing.
For real,
so
they're not at all. They're not coming at all.
This is not the 30s or the 40s. It ain't gonna happen. People ain't coming to boxing. People are just overzealot fans. Nobody's getting lynched in 2023. No, I don't believe that. I'm not subscribing to that. And enough of them are cowards anyway. So if you're a coward, then you're going to be scared. DDD and Don Charles and the team went there to win. If they had won, nothing would have happened. I'm telling you that. Anyway, he said they would have got lynched. Yeah. I hear what you're saying, but it ain't true. Carlos, thank you for the $23.99. He
Salute,
said,
Carlos.
hi, gents. Appreciate that, Carlos. He said, hi, gents. How hope all is well. Daniel almost shocked the boxing world, but Usyk was in home territory. He would never be dethroned with a interpretive shot to the body. Fury will go for Usyk's body, don't you think? Spence?
Listen, Fury don't need to go to Usyk's body. Fury will jab Usyk silly. I want you to know this now. All right?
Trust me.
Fury will jab him silly. Right? So we can stop big up country done.
Come on.
Fury can triple and quadruple jab. Right? You don't believe me? Just go watch his first fight with Deontay Wilder, where he's very tentative and very apprehensive about the punching power that he was up against. Right? I'm telling you now, Fury will punch the living daylights out of Usyk if they were to fight each other. When man's talking about this IQ of Usyk and he's this and all the rest of it, let's call it as it is. Daniel Dubois is a novice in comparison.
Very, and look how well he done. This is what
Okay.
I publicly said. I'm taking my hat off to Don Charles for the preparation. Not just Don, the team. You know, Don brought the whole team in. They done a fantastic job getting Daniel physically prepared and mentally prepared for a contest at the highest level. Thank you, God's Will King, for the $4.99. He said, low blow or not, Dubois still has more than half of a fight left to take advantage, and he didn't do anything, in my opinion. It's a bit cringe crime robbery. And I'll be honest with you, Spence, a lot of people have echoed those same sentiments.
Yes. I know they have. But what I am saying is that everybody is entitled to their opinion. Now,
yes,
I believe that if that fight was anywhere else in the world, that would have been counted.
Okay.
That's
just I hear that.
I am saying. I believe when Usyk went down, the referee would have administered the count. Especially if that fight was at Wembley.
If the fight was
at Wembley.
But, you know, Daniel's the challenger. He's not the A side. And I think Don, and I watched every interview of Don Charles today. Admittedly, they knew what they was up against. That's the whole point. And when you go into the lion's den, so to speak, or enemy territory, it's like, again, going back to us in Russia. When I'm telling man, go for it, empty the tank, it's because you know you're a warrior. You're gonna either go or go. And I think that's what you were saying. You're a bit upset Daniel didn't go for it after he hurt him. But you know, again, he's young, he's only 25. But one of the other questions I had in mind to ask you, Spencer, today, which I want to ask Don as well, because Don is the closest person to Daniel in this situation, is I'm a bit worried, and I think I heard Don say it, for the mental repercussions of last night for Daniel Dubois.
You know what?
Thank you, Tony Bloom, for the £2. Spence, when has Usyk ever got jabbed up? Come on now. Well, he might get jabbed up by Tyson Fury.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Tony Bloom, if that is your picture in there, I'm kind of feeling the blue shirt and the tie, right? And thank you again for the £2.
Yes.
You're saying, when has he ever been jabbed up? Yeah? He's never fought someone the size of Tyson Fury, and he's never been in with no one in the heavyweight division as fast as Tyson Fury.
That's facts. That's
right?
facts. That's facts.
And there is nobody in all of his opponents that he's been in with. You know what I mean? Gassiev, Huck, Bradis, none of them, man, can't jab like Tyson Fury. Right?
Yeah, Tyson. I'm not gonna lie, Spence. When I was I've been ringside. I was ringside for both. No, I was apron side, not ring. Ring is just behind, but apron is right there. I was apron side for Dylan White and
I remember
and Derek Chisora.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't gas fighters like that. But Tyson Fury, the way that I see him jabbing, I'm doing inside work with Derek Chisora. I was like, nah.
Right.
I turned to and I said, nah, this brother's different. He's like, Unks.
Right.
The second fight of with Derek Chisora was even worse.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
Copper Box, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was at the XL, I think it was. I think it was at the
XL,
XL. It was
I
at the
remember
XL,
because
yeah, 'cause I
Don
was
Charles
upstairs.
threw in the towel, wasn't it? Don
Yeah,
Charles
when
threw
Don
in
threw in
the
the
towel.
towel. Tyson Fury is a different class.
Right.
But anyway, I don't want to go off the subject. But yeah,
No, don't
so
go off the subject, but
I,
continue. I just want to hear the butt. Go, say your butt, please, Ton. I want
no,
to
I
hear
was
it.
just I just had a thought. Supposing Ngannou look at Tyson Fury,
You know what, Tunde? Don't be. Listen to me. This is
and then,
anything
and
can
then
happen, you
now,
know.
and then Usyk against Ngannou for the unified belts.
Well, I think this fight ain't for the belts anyway. This fight ain't for the
No,
belt.
it's not a
No,
belt
it's not
ain't
for
on
the
the
belt.
line.
No,
Okay.
they're not lying. But what I'm trying to say, if Tyson Fury was to lose, the WBC crown would become vacant. That's what will happen.
Mm,
Yeah, it's still a boxing match under boxing rules, but it's not for Tyson Fury's heavyweight championship because it's impossible for Ngannou to have not one professional boxing fight and fight for a world title.
okay, I
You know what I
understand that.
mean? That's
Didn't Lomachenko do that, or was it his second fight?
his second fight.
Okay,
But there'd be heavy argument in that because the man had 396 amateur fights, losing one. So it's kind of different. And he boxed in the WBS and things like
yes,
that. So you're saying, well, he kind of had 6 pro fights anyway.
good point.
So they could argue with that. And so you can look at the pedigree of him. And the next thing, remember, don't forget that Salida beat him. So I don't want to hear no talk about Lomachenko, right? But that's another
You
story
won't
for
let
another
that
day.
go, did you? You never let that
No,
go.
I will never let that go, Tunde.
Okay.
Right?
Boots, thank you for the 9.99, sir. He says Usyk stayed down as he was told by the ref to. There is nothing to say Usyk wouldn't have got up if the ref started counting. I believe he milked it as most would for recovery time. He played the game. So I mean, I hear that.
Well, I hear that as well, Bolts. But what I'm saying is the
Don
punch that
Charles
let
made
him
a
down.
great point. Don Charles made a great point. Really, supporting the VAR system because he made the correlation between football in this circumstance and boxing, and he said that if the ref had counted, it would have forced Usyk to stand up. If he didn't stand up after the 10 count, what would have happened is it would have been a KO. But what he could have done there, he could have stood up if the ref administered the 10 count and Usyk got up. Then they could have gone to the VAR to see whether it was a low blow. And the decision, if it was ruled a knockout, after replaying the video, they could have said it was a low blow and you could take the 5-minute rest. But that wasn't the case. So Don Charles made a great point there. Again, that was when I heard that, I said, you know what? That kind of makes sense. Still, that makes sense. Thank you for the 999 bolts, not boots. Spence?
I'm trying to get bloody Don Charles.
He's angry.
I know he is. I know he
There are
is.
so
No, I
many
spoke
comments.
to Don 7:00 this morning, and when I mean, like, when someone's so angry that tears, their voice cracks and tears.
Yeah,
He was
I
very
heard
angry,
that. I
man.
saw it.
He was very angry. And he goes, "No, I just want to hear what my brother think. What did you think?" And I said, "No, I believe that he should have been awarded a fight." But what, like I said to you, a lot of people around the world right now are Ukrainian sympathizers because of what's going on with the war there, right? Even Frank Warren, when he was saying what he was saying, but he said, "But you know what I mean, fair play to Usyk because of everything, and we have to respect everything that the Ukrainians have gone and that, and right." So even on that, but I'm saying take that aside. When we're just dealing with fighters alone and boxers alone, as far as I am concerned, and I'm going to stick with it, it is interpretation and conjecture, but I don't believe that was a low blow. And I believe that Usyk made a meal of it. And the only reason why I'm even more so on that is because we know that allegedly, from good sources, Billy Nelson, that Martin McCauley floored him with a body shot.
But I did not see the interview, Spencer. Sorry, I always stop what I'm saying because I respect
Done.
these contributions on a next level. Because any man taking money out their pocket, whether it's £1 or £10 or £100, it just cuts everything I'm about to say. But thank you, Swifty, for the £5. Daniel said in the interview after the failure to get the knockdown, he felt deflated. Not sure that bodes well mentally. What do you think? Again, coming back to my question. But going back to what I was saying before, I read out Swifty's comments, Spencer. I said that Billy Nelson said, I read a headline that said, Billy Nelson said it was a low blow and that's that.
But Billy Nelson, bad mind.
This is what Nah, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. You're gonna get me into it. Cause you know what this is why I don't have no friend in this thing here. Because
I'm just keeping it 100. Billy Nelson, has got a very good heavyweight in Martin McCauley. Let's not get twisted. He's very, very good. And he likes to do the jiggy jiggy dance when he's winning fights as well, right? But Martin McCauley is a very, very good fighter. And he's not going to get a look in. So maybe when Billy Nelson's saying what he's saying about, because in his head he's thinking, Daniel, Martin will beat Daniel, right? He most probably, whatever. Martin McCauley is a good fighter. I'm not going to turn around and say he's not. But that's coming from bad mind when you're talking that kind of. That's not business. You're bad mind.
No. That's how I feel. I'm reading again. I'm not one of them call out man's name and all them kind of things, but I'm reading a lot of these so-called boxers, and I'm like, you man's energy just changes up. It just changes with the weather. It's like you pretend that you're supporting them, and then when this happens, the time we actually need your support, you just go the other way. Publicly. You go the other way publicly. So what that says to me is what I already know. I ain't none of you lot's friend. I ain't none of you lot's friend in this thing here. I'm looking at you as just a fighter, the trainer, because you have shown that you're not only 2-faced, you're 79 face. 79 face, 79. That's how good that man is. 79 face. You're not just two faces too low. It's 79 face. Anyway, Liverpool till I die. FSG out. I don't know what FSG means, but he says, I disagree. Fury has historically struggled against smaller heavyweights.
And I agree.
Cunningham, Usyk is the epitome of that, and I reckon Usyk beats him.
My friend, Liverpool to I died. That is a fair point. And yes, Tyson Fury has struggled with smaller heavyweights in the past. Yes, I agree. The Otto Walling fight more so because Walling's southpaw, right?
I don't even know who Otto Walling is, but he's got famous from this thing with Fury.
Yeah, because remember he cut Tyson Fury in it. And then that was the last fight that Tyson Fury had with Ben Davison because his dad, John Fury, said, get rid of him. Just get rid of him. He doesn't know number one again.
I love John Fury. On that point, you see John Fury spin over tables over there. I'm like, bro, this guy is a different.
Listen,
he knows how to sell tickets.
He knows, of course, he knows how to sell tickets. You know what I mean? He comes smash up the dance. But I like John Fury. John Fury is cool, and plus he's blessed to fight is right. So
John Fury is a listen. He's just a normal human being. He makes mistakes and he doesn't apologize. Oh, and I don't say he doesn't apologize. He's gonna be who he is, and I like the man. I think he's a great man.
Listen, end of the day, right? When we're saying that Fury struggles with small heavyweights, Derek Chisora is a small heavyweight.
Yes,
in height. He didn't struggle with him. In height, Dylan White isn't the tallest of heavyweights. He didn't struggle with him. So when we're saying like small heavyweights, in comparison to who are we saying? Well, he struggles with these guys. No, he's had a run with certain guys, and we're running with that narrative. He must struggle with them. I'm telling you now that he will jab up Usyk, especially the guy that I saw yesterday, who struggled and could have got KO'd by a relative novice, a good novice at the time, but a relative novice.
Mm.
What would Tyson Fury do to my man?
Mm.
I don't want to hear it, man. And Tyson Fury,
Mm.
and what the thing about it is this, Tyson Fury is giving people too much sway because it seems like the deal gets done, then it don't get done, and he's not really that interested, and blah blah blah, and all the rest of it. No, Tyson Fury should say, "Listen, I'm fighting Usyk, and you're gonna find out what's gonna go on straight."
I would like to see what Dunn would feel about that fight, but obviously Dunn is very upset at the moment, and he's just concerned. Another thing I'm going to touch on after I read this Snapchat from the broker 1980. Thank you for the 4.99, sir. He said, "I've been all over Europe." What's this, Spence?
The broker,
What did you
4.99.
send that for? Sorry, what did you just send that in the group for, Spence?
Sorry, I was sending it out. I was sending it wrong. I was sending it to
Mate,
Don
sort it
so you
out,
could
mate.
see the thing. No,
You
sorry,
sent
my
it to the
apologies.
wrong people.
The broker said,
Thank
"I've
you,
been all over Europe, never
I've been all over Europe,
experienced
never-
racism." Oh,
God,
go on, you
say
read it.
You want to say?
Sorry,
It, or-
the broker. Thank you, 1980. Thank you very much for the 440 for 4.99. And he says, "I've been all over Europe and never experienced racism like I did last night. Those
wow.
Ukrainian brothers do not like Muslims, Nazis for real."
Okay.
Right. You know what?
Okay.
Have you ever heard there's a parable about two men that left one city and were going to another city. The first man left a city, rode on his horse, and when he got to the gatekeeper, he said to the gatekeeper, "What is this city like?" He goes, "The city is exactly like the one you just left. What was your experience in the last city?" And the man said, "I had a fantastic time. It was beautiful. The people were very hospitable. I got food, drink. I got looked after. They showed me with a lot of love and care." And the gatekeeper said, "Well, enter into this city here. You're going to have exactly the same experience." The second man rolls up and he goes to the gatekeeper, "What is this city like?" And the gatekeeper said, "The city is exactly like the city that you just left. What was your experience?" The man says, "It was horrible. The people were horrible. I got robbed. People tried to bad me up." And then the gatekeeper said, "Well, enter into the city. You're going to get exactly the same experience." Right? You know what it is? It's how you want to look at things, and it's your perspective. And your perspective is your view, not nobody else's view. So you could have gone somewhere and experienced racism, and I could have been in the same place and not experienced the same thing. Right? So I hear you when you said, "Oh, they were really racist and they were terrible and they were really racist towards you and they didn't like Muslims." Unless you can't necessarily look at someone and tell they're Muslim unless you've got a big kufi and a massive beard on, right? Right? You can't really tell. But the racism thing, I can understand because someone's going to look at your skin tone and you're going to feel racism. It's Poland. Poland, I know people that's been there and have had terrible experiences. I know people who've been there and have really good experiences. Like I've got a lot of Polish friends. Really, I have some really, really good Polish friends. So it's how you want to take it. But
Spence, you want me to be honest with you?
go on.
You sound like one of them granddads. You know them granddads. When you go to their house and you hear the same story.
I told you that story before.
He's a bro. You know how many times I heard that story? That's why I'm just smiling. I'm like,
For me?
"Yo, Spencer, you sounded like my dad, fam. You sound like my old granddad." Like everybody,
wisdom.
right now, there's 810 people on the line, and they're going, "Spence, get on with it, mate. Get on with it, bro." I don't even know why you just dropped that story. That story was unnecessary. I'm not gonna lie, because you lost me after about the first.
I don't business.
This is where you lost me. You lost me when you said he left the other town.
But what
I get what you're saying, Spence, and I get what you're saying about the experience.
So I would like to turn around. I'd like to turn around and say, "Oh, this place is racist. I saw racist."
Sorry, Spence, I'm getting bad texts. God, Spence, sorry. Bro, I love this show. This show is the best show on the planet. Come on, let's go.
So I'm saying,
Man said Uncle Spence story time. Spence, you don't even know what you're talking about. Bro, get over the boxing thing, man. Forget all that, bro. Don't try, bro. You're overcomplicating the thing. Just, bro,
No,
it's
man.
basic. Boxing is just a basic thing. It's just 1, 2 fish, chips,
Thank you.
cod,
Thank
and
you. No, it's
tablet.
not. Thank you very much, Andrew One. Thank you very much. Right.
All right, bro. Let me just read these Snapchats, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. People saying he quit. Only other thing I found weird was Dubois got up at 9 on both counts last night, the same as in the Joyce fight, which was weird. We are definitely gonna come back and touch on that. I'm just reading these comments. Sorry, Spence. I'm looking for some more Snapchats because I'm sure there was some more. Spencer Fearon, bro. You coming like, oh no, wait. Wait, who's this? Andrew One, thank you for the £2. Don't listen to him. That was a great story. So you got your backers, man. Reds, you know what Spencer, you know when Spencer starts going on. It's like, you know that when you're in the barbershop, Spencer. Oh, Reds, we know when we're in the barbershop. And the uncle comes in. And he just says it, probably like, fam, how many times this uncle gonna tell us the same story? Spence, sorry, but this is why I love you, bro. I love you, bro. I love you, man. I love you. But anyway, Spencer, as I was saying, how do you think this is going to affect the mental fortitude of Daniel? Because the reason why I say that is that Don Charles said in an interview that I listened to, he's very worried for Daniel. You know, Daniel's father, you know, he's got a close-knit family, and Daniel's father had to be beside Daniel's bed last night. Yeah, like he's worried for him. And that was very, you know when I hear them say that, bro, tears, the tears start really that touched me.
All right, so I hear all of that, but you know what I'm saying is this: I would have preferred if Don didn't go public with that.
Yeah, it's true. It's
right?
true. It's true.
On certain things, you kind of, but I understand where Don's coming from. He's very philosophical on certain things
and emotional.
And he's a very emotional human being because he phoned me this morning. He cried, bro.
Yeah.
He was that hurt.
Yeah.
So I get it, and I'm saying, nah, man, you got nothing to be. You're gonna come again. People seem to forget the youth's only 25.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. If I said that in my gym, like the fighters will say, bro, 20. You know, like everything's experience, Spence. People were living on their own from 18 years old. Man get certain people get kicked out their yard at 16 and find a way. So when you're talking about 25 being old or young, that ain't young, Spence. Not where we come from. I was down on Stamford Hill on Saturday, coming back from Finsbury Park on a run. I see little Jewish youth. I swear to my holy God, this youth couldn't be more than 6 years old. Walking down the street like he just navigated himself. And I'm there looking for the parents. And it just reminded me of us when I was young. Well, my dad had to do security job, study to become a qualified accountant in South London Council Estate. My dad left me alone. Remember, my dad is from the village of Nigeria. He left me alone in the yard to fend for myself. I can say this now because my dad's back home. He ain't never coming to this country again. Police come to the house, Spencer. My dad came back from work. Police come to the house. My dad came back from work. They said, Mr. Ajayi, you can't leave a 7-year-old boy on his own. My dad said, well, then you look after him then. So the point what I'm saying,
Tundi, tell the full
20,
story.
Wait, you can't say 25 years is young, Spence.
All right, Tundi, in professional boxing, I'm saying 25 is young.
Floyd was a multiple world champion at 21, 22, 23, 24.
Tundi,
it's experience that age.
How many Floyd members can you name? How many Floyd members can you name?
Listen. Mike
How
Tyson.
many Wilfred? How many Wilfred? Hold
Come
up.
on.
How many
You're gonna
Wilfred?
keep
Hold up.
going
Hold
on.
up.
Mike
It's me.
Tyson. We can keep going on, Spence.
Yeah,
Mike
go on.
Tyson.
Mike
There's
Tyson.
many of them. There's
No,
many
there
of
isn't.
them,
No,
Spence.
there
There's
isn't.
been many champions who's young.
There's many
25.
champions that have held on to it for a long time. Floyd's an
No,
exception to the
wait,
rule.
Spence.
Mike
The point
Tyson was
I'm
the youngest.
making,
Mike
don't get
Tyson
me
is me.
wrong.
You're talking
Don't get me
history now,
wrong.
you know.
No, Spence, don't get me wrong. I was never gonna debate you over the boxing historical facts.
No,
But
of
what I
course, of
am
course.
saying,
I wouldn't want you to.
what I'm saying, Spence, what I'm saying, Devin Haney, again, what I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
is that it's the experience of the individual. It's not the
Mm-hmm.
age. There's certain 10-year-olds that's been through more than certain 20-year-olds,
Mm-hmm.
30-year-olds. It's
Mm-hmm.
the experience. So it's like Daniel, even though he's 25, he ain't young. What I will say is he's inexperienced. And after last night, he now has that under his belt. Age don't matter in this thing. Alex Ferguson said, if you're good enough, you're old enough.
Yep,
The
and I
great
agree,
Sir Alex
and
Ferguson.
I agree with that. But unfortunately, what's happened with Daniel on the two occasions where they've been that step up, he has fared and come in second best, irrespective. Like the second one was a bit iffy, but he's still coming second best. So what I'm saying is when done, and also we know the history of Dan, where he has been safeguarded and mollycoddled only for boxing. He's been a machine for boxing. That is how the dad has reared him and the other brothers and sisters. They've been reared just to be on this boxing thing. You know what I mean? Where they get private tutors and then it's boxing. It's not like, so they're not really intertwined or this is their thing. So when Don's saying like the dad had to stay by his bedside yesterday and all the rest of it, and I spoke to the dad today as well, and he was downtrodden, which is expected. He said, "Yeah, it's all about Dan and blah," and I get it. But what I am saying is like on certain things, I'm not busting that to the public. You lot don't need
Okay,
to
yeah,
know
yeah.
that.
I mean, I definitely agreed with you in that point.
Mm.
But again,
You don't
you have
need
to
to know that.
understand.
But to
You have
go
to
back to your story when you was 7 years old and the police was coming to the house, Tundi, right? The truth of the story is Tundi used a thief.
Yeah, man was teeth. I was teeth in the sweets on the shop from young, bro. Like, bro,
Tundi was a living criminal back in the day.
my dad never. My dad never had no peas back in those days. He was studying. He was a student. So man had to do what he had to do. But anyway, yeah, I don't think as much as I want to say he's young. He ain't young, Spence. What he is inexperienced. And as you just said, he has been kind of like shielded by the family from the
He has been.
outside world, what makes him kind of like younger than 25. That's what makes him. Because if you even listen to how Daniel speaks, you go out on the roadsides today, whether you're up from up north or downtown, a 25-year-old, the way they talk is like it's like they've seen the world already. But as you say, Daniel was protected from all of that. But suffice to say, there has been many success stories where it's turned out good. I'm just saying, in this situation, I'm not too sure because again, going back to this quit issue, I don't believe he
He didn't
quit.
quit.
I
He
don't
didn't
believe he
quit.
quit. I don't believe that, and as I don't want to get punched in the face by Don either.
Nah, but
I don't want to get
Tundi,
punched in
he
the face,
didn't.
by Don. But I don't
Like
believe he quit.
loads of
And
guys,
the thing is, oh, go on, Spence.
loads of guys have jumped online and saying, "Oh, he quit," and I'm saying I didn't see he quit. I saw him just being demoralized and beaten by the better man.
Yes. There's no quit.
That's not quitting.
I just think that again, people need to really look at themselves, or if they're really boxing, the guy's 25. He's fought for the unified world title at the heavyweight world title at the age of 25. No matter how he got there, he got there. That's massive experience. And we hope that it will not have too much mental damage on Daniel. And I don't believe it will. You got strong individuals around you like Don and his father. Obviously, his father's done it his way. He don't business what anyone has to say. And it's just about supporting the young man. Obviously, the young man has had a vision and a dream, and it was his moment. And it just goes to show that sometimes you can have a plan, but you don't give up. And I feel that he's young enough to take that experience of last night and grow from it. Yeah, we're upset. Yeah, you know, I mean, even if he did quit, he can come again and rebuild and
Mm-hmm.
look at the situation. I know I've heard
Mm-hmm.
you say once a quitter, always a quitter, but then I've also heard you say in terms of Daniel's career, in the last fight, the fight prior to Usyk, he had the chance to quit and he never.
And he never. That's what I'm
And he
trying to
never.
say to you. Right? He never. When he fought Lanara, he could have quit.
Yes.
Right? And he never. Because his foot was broke up as well. And he said, nah,
But
I'm
that's what I
gonna
remember when he went down first. I said it's the knee, Spencer. The knee
mm,
don't look strong. The way
mm.
that he went down,
Yeah, he went,
it's
yeah,
like the knee.
I
And
think
I'll
he
be
twisted
very
it.
interested to hear what Don and Daniel have to say about that injury, because it still, to me, looked like it played a part last night in his balance and him actually standing up and getting up. I mean, what is the time difference between the two fights? It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. Can you,
What
can you
how long? It was December last year when he fought Lanara.
December? What are we in now? We're August now.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
8 months
So,
in terms
8
of
months.
rehab and what have you, it's not really long, Spence.
I know it isn't.
And training for this fight, I heard Don say they've been training for 16 weeks for this
Mm-hmm.
fight. So how quick was the rehab? And you understand what I'm saying?
Look, it's like I'm saying, it's all well and good, but I'm saying again, yeah. Round 5 was a brilliant opportunity for him to become world champion. It didn't happen, and it didn't happen. So me trying to psychoanalyze Daniel Dubois would just be playing wrong because I think he boxed very well indeed.
That's the best I've seen Daniel box, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
somebody rang me. One of my friends, Ben Gray, rang me. Said Anthony Joshua must be kicking himself now because he saw how the tactics employed by Daniel Dubois were in comparison. There's meant to be a big gulf in talent and experience because who's the best person that Daniel Dubois has been in with?
Nathan Gorman.
Okay, then that don't prepare you to fight Alexander Usyk. So you got to
So
give him
I don't
credit for how he.
I don't get your point, Spence.
No, you're saying who's the best guy he's been in? That's not
No.
Nathan Gorman's not
No,
world class. Nathan
no.
Gorman's
In
not world class.
relation, sorry, maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. I don't get your point in relation to the AJ similarity. When you
No,
say AJ would be kicking himself,
because the fact that how he scored that knockdown, right? And like AJ is meant to be far more superior to Daniel Dubois. But what I'm saying is like Daniel Dubois, without having those big nights and world title fights behind him, acquitted himself very well.
so
Where
you
other
don't think
people,
AJ acquitted himself well?
do I? No, I'm not. I'm saying what Ben Gray said to me. I'm just repeating what Ben
Okay.
Gray said to me. No, because I don't think the reason why I'm saying like I don't believe that AJ acquitted himself well because in my head I believe that AJ should have beaten Usyk in the second fight and he didn't. I thought that he had everything right and he was going to beat him and he didn't beat him.
You
You know
want
what I
me to
mean?
tell you one thing? What I've noticed for someone who's gets a lot of criticism, AJ does better than most because he had 2 fights with Usyk. Usyk at no point looked like he. Well, you can say at the end of the first fight, it looked like he was almost going to get AJ. But other than that, I didn't see AJ in no danger in that fight. And the
No,
second fight, as you said, the second
in the
fight,
first fight, but
in the
I
first
was
fight, at the
ringside
end,
for the
at the
first fight. Yeah,
very
in the first
end,
fight, yeah.
the
Not
very
in the
end.
second fight. In the
But
second
not
fight,
in the
no, I
second
didn't.
fight. And it's like when people make that, that's why I asked you, but I'm not too sure. When we're making the comparisons, I'm like, if I was AJ this morning, I'm like, bro, you see, these men always hated on me, but these things don't happen to me.
Yeah, but
Because
the thing, what I'm trying to say is this:
I'm
it's
not,
like,
make me make this clear. I'm not saying you're hating, but when I'm
no,
hearing you telling me about comments that other people are
yeah, I'm
saying,
just saying what other people say.
why would AJ be kicking himself? That's nonsense. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. SS10, thank you for the £5. What is the story with Daniel? Does the dad control the whole thing because of a lot of because a lot of trainers being changed and not letting him build a relationship? It is something that I did touch on last night, Spence.
Mm.
I don't know SS10. I'll be honest with you. We know the dad is the dad. The dad has a right to have some say, if not all the say, on how he brings up his children. He's given Daniel money. He's helped Daniel secure a lot of money financially in the bank. They live in a nice house, gated house community. Why shouldn't have that? I don't know why people listen. Some of the best athletes and entertainers were controlled by their parents. Michael Jackson, Tiger Woods, Beyonce. The list goes on and on. Like, I don't, bro, the dad's doing what he wants to do. It's his children. When the children become men and women, it's down to the children to make their own decision on their career, just like Floyd Mayweather did, just like Shane Mosley did. All these great athletes, if you look, it's the parents that control the children, and the children do well. So I don't know why people are always talking about the dad, the dad, the dad, the dad. Yeah, but that's from your perspective. The dad is doing, that's why I ain't got nothing to say about a father, what he's doing with his children. It's his children. If you got something to do, then you take your children and do what they've done. But as I've said, there's many scenarios where parents have helped their children become stars, superstars, because they feel the environment is not good enough for their child, or not the right environment, and they move them on. We may not like it,
Well, what I am saying is that Don Charles did a very, very good job.
Best he's ever boxed.
Right.
Best he's ever boxed.
And that's the truth, because you're in there with Usyk. Don Charles done a fantastic job. Right?
100%.
He done a
Ladies
fantastic.
and gentlemen, it gives me a great honor and a great pleasure to introduce to you the man of the plan, or the man with the plan, the man that almost, not through any fault of his own or the team's fault, came home with the unified, should be at home right now in London with the unified heavyweight belts. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the one, the only, Mr. Don Charles. My brother, I can see and feel the pain on your face.
Yeah, it's in my head, it's in my face, it's all over my body. I feel very numb. You know that numb feeling? I feel numb.
Don, I mean, I don't know where to start. I've known you for so many years, and I've seen how you've handled loss and defeat and experience in the past. But this one here, just looking at you, I can see this one has got you. This one is touched you. Just tell us how you're feeling this evening, Don.
Sorry, can you repeat the last thing you said?
Yeah, I said I've known you all these years. I've never seen this. I've seen how you've handled, loss and defeat and experience. But as I said, from what I can see now, just on a spiritual level, I can see that this one is.
Yeah, my energy. You know me. I'm a man full of energy. My energy. I'm only human. So these suckers are able to suck blood, suck energy, and I'll get my energy. Don't take me long. I'll recharge. And they can't. It's too late. They can't keep me down, man.
I mean, Don, what is your perspective on the fight? Like, in terms of everything, I don't want to go past the 5th round. But what is your whole perspective on that 5th round, and what in your mind should have happened?
Well, I mean, the sport as I understand it, going by the sport as we understand it, as I understand it, is that when it's a perfectly legal blow, of course I'm going to say that it happened, my fighter delivered what we practice, we're coaches, yeah. We know the rules because there was a rules meeting, which it was discussed generally, not just for myself and my fighter. There's a big, for the whole show, everybody that was participating had a representative in that rule meeting. And so it wasn't just for me or for us, the rules. And furthermore, as you know, in the dressing rooms, it's usually around 40 minutes or it's usually around 40 minutes or so before the
Yes.
fight. The referee will come into your dressing rooms and read you your rules. And again, at the end of it, he asked us, do we have any questions? I said, yes, I only have one question. Can you make sure that our opponent, his groin guard, the finishing line is exactly where it's specified for it to finish, because he's known to wear his guards pretty higher. He acknowledged it was recorded.
That's the
Okay,
point I was gonna say.
so
I've got it. I've sent it out.
that incriminates
Oh, wow.
that incriminates the referee right there. Yeah, because I pulled him up on only 1 point. I didn't give 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Yeah, I just want a fair my fighter to have a fair ruling, fair shake. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, and what happened? He got and the referee was right in a perfect position to determine if you're a high class referee, high level referee,
Yes.
right? You're being trusted to be able to make accurate decisions. If you're not, then you shouldn't be refereeing at that level. Okay, and the same referee was the referee for Anthony Joshua and the second Usyk fight. Again, Usyk faked it again when Anthony tagged him on the same belt line,
I saw that.
right? And the referee again was right in the right position. Again, as Usyk turned away, the referee he literally sprinted to help, to jump into the rescue, yeah, of Usyk. It's almost like, it's weird. And last night, coming back to last night, when it happened, I saw it because it happened right in our corner. And I thought, right, I was waiting for the referee to start counting. To my surprise, he didn't. Then as time, I thought, hang on, when everything time froze, it's almost like, hang on a sec, that's a knockdown. Why is he not counting it? Then I stood on the apron and started demonstrating. I was waving my arms, saying, no, that's a knockdown, ref. Count him.
Okay, they didn't show that actually.
They won't show that, but if someone in there, in fact, I was asked to stand down. Yeah.
By who?
I know it will be an official, no civilian.
Official, yeah.
No civilian has the right to do that. I recognize I don't know the name. I just looked around. There was an official person who's obviously involved, asked me to step down from demonstrating because I was, as you can imagine, yeah. And I couldn't believe, I know the rulings that the fighter has, if the referee believes it was a foul, or accidental, or a blow, or even if it was a predetermined blow, the fighter who's gone down can take up to 5 minutes to recover. Okay. If you noticed, I can't be exact, the time you said actually first stood up and he made signs that I'm good to go, and the referee said,
yes,
gestured, no, you can take more. The referee has no right to encourage that fighter to take more time. It's up to the coach and the boxer to communicate, take longer. He can take up to 5 minutes, but at no point should the referee be able to tell him, no, take longer. Yeah. And it was disgusting. Shouldn't be allowed to happen, right? And then when you look at the consequences, yeah, I've done a few interviews since then today.
Yeah,
right?
I've watched all the interviews today.
The way we put it out is that the team and I and the management is that Daniel Dubois had 2 fights last night. When we used to do the ABAs back in the 80s, yeah,
yeah,
and you had to fight 3 times in the day, in the same
night,
day.
I don't know why Tony say, you don't remember them days. You played.
I was there.
Shut up.
Right.
Yeah, joker. I was there. Remember you were cool when David A get clapped out by Courtney Fry.
That was in the 90s. That was in the 90s.
That's the 90s, right? So basically, Daniel Dubois had 2 fights last night. He won the first fight and he lost the second fight. Yeah. That's what happened. Like he was forced to have 2 fights last night. Okay, right? And that poor young man, after he's done what we've been practicing. You're a coach, Tunde. You're a coach, Spencer. Right? So when you practice stuff and it comes off, yeah, it's sweet. Yeah. And to be denied that, right? It's horrible. And how detrimental that is to the team, to the fighter, first and foremost. Yeah. All right. They don't realize the consequences, right? Do you know? I've measured it to be able to for Daniel Dubois to challenge for the unified belt again. Do you know the minimum time it would take us, yeah, to get there? If I'm playing a promoter, I put a promoter's hat on, right? You're probably looking at 3 years at being successful, at being successful, right? So Daniel's 25 now, so that opportunity probably will not come again. I'm not saying it can't be done before, but realistically, yeah, that's cost Daniel Dubois 3 years of his life. I'm 61 now. I'll be 62 in December. So really and truly, I'll be about 65. Yeah, right.
And you still look young, Don. So count your blessings,
Right.
bro.
The sun was beating on your face in them
Yeah.
interviews. I said, this
But
man.
what I'm trying to say, no, this is what people don't know. The penalty we were penalized by doing something right. Yeah, it'll take us. Yeah, and again, I will say it to you guys. You know, right? In the job that we're in, yeah, if it goes wrong, there's eyes on you where you could potentially get the sack. As I speak to you, I don't know whether I've still got a job to train Daniel Dubois or not. So let's say worst case scenario, right? That suddenly I don't have that job no longer. Guess what? That referee is still on the circuit. Yeah, and making judgments that affects people where they lose their jobs, yeah, and fighters get setbacks that it takes. Like I said, it will take at least 3 years at the
All right.
best, and based on the fighter being successful, winning fights.
Sorry, Don.
Yeah,
Can I
I
interject?
think
Can I interject here, please? Let me just. I'd like to say this. Number one is this. I've never seen Daniel Dubois box as well as he did yesterday. Number one, right? That was down to you, Don Charles. I've never seen Daniel Dubois administer head movement
foot
ever.
movement.
Never. I've never seen him produce foot movement, skittling away from opponents. I've never seen him do anything. And you've done that in 17 weeks. I know that the father plays a massive role in it.
Massive.
Right. I know the father plays a massive role in it. Nobody's not turning around and looking at you. So I don't think, I understand what you're saying, but I don't believe that you should be giving a referee that much power where you know that what you produced was a village, and Daniel Dubois was mollycoddled in the village. I've never seen Daniel Dubois be so relaxed prior to a fight. I've never seen him so coherent and so accommodating in the press while giving interviews and more relaxed. That, as far as I am concerned, can only be down to what you produced, right? So I understand where you're sitting there saying, well, you nearly did it last night in round 5. Right? So
The way I was shouting was mad.
listen, it was ridiculous. I don't listen. I'll send it to you, Don. Right? So I understand on certain things, Don, that you're feeling down, but our job is not to add to you feeling down. Our job is to lift you up. You've done a fantastic job yesterday,
Yes.
and
And
if
one
no
thing
one
I
want
like
to give you dues, we're giving it to you.
Yeah, I have to agree. You know what, Spence? Me and you, we're always bumping heads. But that point you just made about giving the referee that much power, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
We're spiritual people, Don, and we're realists as well. And I think anyone that looked at the performance of Daniel yesterday, yeah, they can say that. The thing was, how did Daniel look? And he was 100. I was like, if Daniel could keep up this foot movement, the bouncing, because that was offsetting Usyk a lot. It's just a fantastic job, and it shows. Like, I mean, again, we know about Daniel and the father and what have you, but what more are you looking for? It would just be an excuse, and that's why we can't be giving these guys that power. Confident in what you done last night, the team that you had to get Daniel prepared for that fight again, going into a fight of that magnitude with so little experience and acquitting himself well, it's down to you. It's just a fact, and your knowledge and You got to be
Well,
commended on that. You have to
I'm
be
not,
commended on that. In
I'm
terms
not,
of, okay, go on.
I totally, that's why I haven't said anything. I do agree with you guys. It's a quick transformation.
Yes,
And over 6, 17, in fact, let's call it 15 weeks, because for the last 2 weeks you taper down and you just
yes,
drilling. The actual hard training was 15 weeks. Yeah. So to be able to get him, can you imagine going forward? Because he's a good student, he's a good listening student, he learns
yes,
quick. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not a hypocrite. When I got to him, he had good fundamentals. He really did. His foundation was very, very good. Yeah. And I put a style that I believe he should be doing that would be more suited for him. But he had the
definitely.
foundation. He had the good foundation for me to. I've said that I've never gotten a fighter of that caliber ever in 20 years, and
Hmm.
there I have it. So you imagine, God willing, that going forward. Okay, listen, nobody's passed away here. It's not a matter of life and death. We will fix up. We will come back. I'm just saying that it hurts. Right as I speak to you here, I am hurting that
Yeah,
that young man was denied, yeah, his moment. I was denied. Like I said, all I haven't produced, I've produced every champion, yeah. I haven't produced a world champ. That I can't take my life for. I'm not dying for nobody. I'm just saying, and I'm getting on. And this energy that I have, how long will it last? Where I'm very ambitious. I'm a workaholic. Yeah, and that the fuel one gains from such. If I would given or granted what we achieved last night, yeah, the wind, the cell, the momentum, use that momentum, and it goes right through my camp. I have quite a large camp. The other fighters, I've got to pick myself up. I've got people to train for championships coming up. Yeah, I've got to pick myself up to go and facilitate the other fighters.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's very difficult
I've
for a
got to
trainer.
pick
I know.
myself up. I can't be down. I can't. I have to, because I can't be that's selfish, because it's like you're my coach. I rely on you to be bright. I can't have you being moping around the place because you lost your. You know, it's people don't understand what it entails. Yeah. Okay. So I do take it badly, and I've seen Daniel. I've got to go and see him now just before bedtime because we're traveling back to London tomorrow.
Hmm.
Luckily, his father is with him. Yeah. So that's we're sharing that burden of going to check on him, make sure he's all right. Yeah. He's all right physically and everything. I'm just saying he's only a young guy. You know, he's emotionally to make sure he's okay, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I
Thank God
said
his
about
Thank
before.
God his
Like,
dad is about. He's got a very tight with his mom, right? You know, so people don't understand the consequences. What left it leaves behind from people cheating. That was purely cheating. I will say it again. That was cheating. Yeah, will not be tolerated. Should be eradicated from our sport. Yeah, whether it's drug cheating, whether it's cheating by faking and acting. Yeah, we have with technology today, there's no excuse. They have it in tennis, they have it in football, they have it in cricket. Calls on VAR. The referee should have counted my man out. Yeah. And then if they weren't sure, go and look at video evidence, then they'll come and say, yeah, it was a foul blow. And why didn't he deduct a punch off Daniel Dubois if it
Point.
was
He
a
didn't
foul
take any
blow?
points at
He
all.
didn't take any points off.
what
Why?
done? I mean,
Why?
what is that? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I need clarification on the actual ruling where it is actual an illegal punch. That's what I don't. And that's what is. You understand?
Anything below the belt line, the boxing shorts have been designed hundreds and hundreds of years ago. That's why they have thick waistbands. Anything below the bottom line is what I understand. If your glove is overlapping the bottom line, that's deemed as a low blow. But this one happens to be on the band, on the band. His
Yes.
gloves, his glove did not go past beyond. In football, if the whole ball has to be over the line for it to be deemed off, out of play or still in play, or it's crossed the goal for it to be a goal or not a goal. Yeah. Hawkeye in tennis, the same rules. Cricket, the same rules. Boxing, There's so much at stake, especially at this level. Yeah, at any level, I'm not saying they should leave people like in your call out of it. No, at any level, they should use it. They should bring it in. Let's not be primitive and still stay in the dark ages. There's no need to. If you ain't got nothing to hide, bring it in. Yeah, bring it in because it costs. They don't understand what it means to people. It means the same it means to Usyk because he's people. I understand. He's fighting for his country. We're fighting for our lives. We're fighting for our lives. Do you know how many people that I personally will help with being successful from here and to Africa? Yeah, they don't know. They don't
Don,
know.
Don.
They
All I
don't
know,
know.
all I can say to that, Don, is that I've
Right?
experienced it first. I've experienced it firsthand, Don. But what I'm saying, Don, like
They don't know. They
I
don't know.
understand.
You
I
so wait, wait,
understand that.
wait, wait, Spence, wait. My man's fighting for his people in Ukraine. I get it. I get it. I've been fighting for my people. We've been fighting for our people for centuries, bro. Right? Do you understand me? They don't know. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? So it's not right, man. It never will be right. Fix it up. Fix it up.
Yeah, so brother, it's emotional right now. What is the actual situation moving forward? Is there gonna be like a legal process that's going? Because I tried to
I
get
know
Andy.
I know Frank Warren. Frank, listen, let me tell you something. Frank ain't taking this one lying down either. He told me so, right? He believes we've got a case. We're gonna collectively put a case together. He's the promoter. Martin Bowles is the manager. I trust them to do the right thing. I believe that they will do the right thing because trust me, I know these people. Last night they were in a bad place as well. They took it personal. Yeah. So I have faith that they will do something about it. So I'm not really at liberty to expand anymore on the legal side of it. I'm just venting my own personal
Yes.
view on it. Do you understand? Yeah, my own personal how it affects me. Yeah, directly.
Yes.
Yeah. Then there's Daniel Dubois situation, how it affects him. Yeah. Do you understand? Where
I mean,
people fight for different causes, what their personal causes. We're fighting for our cause as well.
yes. I mean, moving forward. I mean, it's too early to move forward because we're still dealing with this case. But just looking forward, so I say not move forward. Just looking forward. Where would you like to see Daniel move from here? Like, would you like to see him drop back down a level, build up? Because as you said, he's still very young, and I believe he's still going to be a world champion. I believe he's going to take the experience of last night.
We believe that. It's only a
Yes,
matter of
and he's going to
time.
take the experience of last night. Would you like to see him just slowly build again and then go to that level, to that, eventually in the next couple of years fight again for a world title? Or would you like to see him straight back up at the top with the big boys?
No, it's exactly like I said. It's a conversation to be had, discussion with the promoter and the manager. I know It's not about actually. There are the next tier down. It'd be wise to go to next tier down, rebuild, of course, rebuild.
Yeah.
And coming and keep developing. He's got a new team in myself and my team. If we can do that in 17 weeks, I'm looking forward to what we can do in 6 months to 12 months for the next 18 months, for instance.
Yes.
If we have to drop down to and all the so-called the next level, the level we boxed at last night, they're all engaged anyway. They're all tied up. They're not available. When they decide to fight each other, yeah. So you have to give people like Joyce props for he's gonna fight Zhang straight away. Okay,
Yes.
right. Let's give him props because all these guys are avoiding each other at the moment. Daniel Dubois stepped up, said, "I've got my mandatory. I'm gonna do it." People wrote us off. They said, "Oh, you're gonna get crucified. You're gonna blah blah blah." Yeah. Okay. He dropped Usyk. No one has dropped him. People have hurt him, but have not dropped him. And it was a heavy drop. It was a stoppage. Man was quaking. He was quaking. from the pain. He was grimacing from the pain. He was having shakes from the pain. Yeah, he would have got counted that. And had he got up before the count of 10, Danny would have jumped on him and finished him. He's a good finisher, Dan Dubois. Yeah. So when that was taken away from him, that opportunity, the whole momentum shifted, and Usyk used his experience and his masterful boxer, like we always said he is. We're not by any means trying to suddenly dismiss his ability, Usyk's ability. No, he's a masterful boxer. Yeah. But again, I did a few interviews. I was very angry. I'm still very angry, and I said, do not cheat. It spoils how I held him in high regards. I did. Don't cheat. Number one. Number two, stop crossing yourself in the crucifix sign if you're a God-fearing person, because you can't cheat in the name of God. You can't, because that's one of the few rules that one mustn't do, and that's one of them. Why are you cheating in the name of God? What kind of God are you worshiping? I ask. Right. So that's basically, I will stop right there, because
yes,
I've got a lot to say, and I'll stop
You
right
know
there.
what, Don Charles? We thank you for taking the time to jump on us on a Sunday night. We had a very, very good, heartfelt chat at 7:00 this morning.
Correct.
And I'm saying again to you, Don, the power is actually with you. What you've done with Daniel Dubois in 17
Yeah, but
weeks.
hang on a sec. Sorry, Miss Spence. Yeah, the power is with me. Where are the belts? Where are the belts?
yeah. That's the talk I want to hear.
I see no belts.
Yeah, that's the talk.
Yeah.
I keep telling man, stop trying to tell man.
I see no
we
belts.
want the belts.
Let's not dress it up. I see no
Yeah,
belts.
I keep
Right.
telling man.
And what I'm gonna address it. I'm gonna address it now. Because you didn't get the belts for not last night, and it didn't happen to how you wanted it to happen, is gonna solidify. I believe is gonna solidify your relationship with the fighter that you've got for you to build something spectacular if you both want it. This is where my mind is at. My mind's not at. My mind's not at. Well, you didn't get the belts. Okay, you didn't get the belts, but as you understand, this thing is an abracadabra. You've got a graft, and you've paid your dues in it.
62 years old, bro. 62, and I'm still
Don,
taking body shots.
Don, listen to me.
Spence.
You're young.
Spence. How long can I carry on taking body shots? I take body shots from heavyweights. It's my choice. I like doing it, but how long? Yeah.
Okay.
So there's so much implications. There's so much more to it. It's not. That's why when these people do these decisions, blatant,
Don,
right? It's not right.
I understand that.
Can I just interject? Can I just interject? Me, this is why I stay silent. Don, the reason why I'm staying silent, because you got to get off. You know, you're feeling in a certain way. You know, tomorrow or whatever you when it's that's settled. I'm not saying you won't say the same thing, but Spence, I don't think you should be trying to. You know, it's an emotion, isn't it? It's gonna.
No, we and Don spoke hard this morning.
It's gonna pass, but this is live. This is on a show, and that's why
we already chatted, man. We already chatted.
It's just chatted, but this is live. This is on a show, so it's just not you and Spence talking. It's live, so there's emotion. Emotion is a powerful thing.
Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear the joke? Yeah, you know when I'm on here with you, right? I swear to God, I forget that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I laugh.
But I want people to listen. I'm telling the truth, bro.
Yeah, that's why we need you on here. That's why we need you on here. But
I do forget that this is live, isn't it? So
and everybody that comes on.
I'm not saying anything here that I won't say.
No, I know 100.
I agree with you.
In fact, I'm gonna say more.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, Tundi, what I'm saying is this: I'm not trying to be overly philosophical on that. I'm not trying to do. I'm actually doing it. I'm telling Don, when Don's saying like he's 62 and all the rest of it, blah, I could show you numerous of trainers way older than you.
What? Taking body shots from heavyweight.
No. Listen, you got Ian Drewbury there, yeah? Let him get some body shots now. Let Ian get some thump in his belly.
Listen, where these guys punch, yeah? Tell me how many coaches is he strapping up body shots? Body kick.
Give it to Ian.
No,
he could take
I'll answer your question. Answer my question. Yeah.
No, I
How
don't.
many coaches do you see strapping up for heavyweights to punch them in the
No,
belly?
I don't.
Right.
You're even
Yeah.
good though, because remember I used to put it on. I said, "Nah, mate, let Ade take that because I can't take them punches." I said, Andy told me to put it on the other day. I said,
Right.
"Me or you put it on the bodybuilder? I'm gonna
It's
put it on that."
the mental strength I have and physicality gets me through it. Yeah, because people, I don't know how it doesn't matter to me because I know who I'm. People. Whenever I train people, they always have something in common. They've all say, "Yeah, we didn't know you're a technical coach. We thought you were just a physical coach." I'm labeled as this physical coach. No,
No.
I'm
Well, I've been
very,
around
very
you for years. You're
technical
not.
coach. It's just I'm very versatile. I'm a technical and a physical and a mental. I'm everything. Psychologist coach, everything coach. I'm a life coach. I happen to be a boxing coach, right? So every fighter that comes to me,
Well, Don, if you keep on taking them body punches, you
but
end up a slow coach.
a what coach?
A slow coach.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm good.
At least
The
you're
genetic,
Listen,
laughing,
you just
Don.
got
At least
done.
you're
I got,
laughing, Don.
I
Keep
got
the
mad,
spirit
I got mad genetics, man. Yeah,
and
I
just
got
keep it
mad
up.
genetics,
Keep it
God-given
up.
genetics,
Keep it up, Don.
God-given
Keep it up.
strength,
Keep it
God-given
up.
strength.
Keep it up, Don. Keep the spirit. You can go on for longer than you.
Do you know that stupid thing is resurfaced? I heard earlier on, man said to me, "There's a few people out there calling Daniel Dubois a quit. They quit again, right?"
Yeah,
I said,
I didn't
let
want to
him
ask
come
you
and
that.
stand. Let him come and stand in my face and say that and see what happened. Yeah,
Front face. No, you forgot to say front face.
front face. Look at my face. Look at my face. I will
Let
slap
them
you.
come
Right?
in my front
What?
face.
Hey, I
You.
know I'm not in Nigeria, right? But what would happen to people in Nigeria? Yeah. Come to my face. That's what I was meant. Stand in my face and come to front of my face and say, it. Yeah.
Done. Listen, you're a legend in my eyes, in Spencer's eyes, and in a lot of people's eyes. Listen, we want it for you, I believe, as much as you want it for yourself, and you want it for your fighters. So all I can say is, it's that persistence and consistency are all powerful. And you just gotta just keep on being persistent and people because until it
That ain't gonna
happens,
change. Of course I am. That ain't gonna
until it
change. I just
happens,
told you.
until it
That ain't
happens.
gonna change.
And
It will happen. They can't
forget
stop it.
about age. You've already just told us that your genetics, your mind, your
Madness,
will
mad genetics,
is
mad.
mad. Mad as in good, everybody. Mad means good where we come from. so you just gotta just keep it up, then. And
So you
I
made
thank
me. Yo,
you.
listen, you've made me laugh, because I
Come
want.
on,
Trust
but
me, I've been.
you know this thing here. You know this thing here. I
I'm
just
glad that you put a smile on your face, Don
yes,
Charles.
yes.
Yeah, I
Thank you
mean,
Hey,
so much, John.
hey, you put a smile on my face. So come and stand in my face, in front of my face. You know what I mean? Listen,
Listen, Don Charles, the legend. It's so listen. You came on here with a frown, but it's great to see you smiling. And listen, we're here. You know your brothers are here, and we're always gonna support you. We always want you to win. Boxing is it's a sport where there's so many fickle liars. So many people that smile in your face, but they don't want you to win. And that's why I don't have no friend in this thing. I'm not smiling with them. I want them to say Tundi is this, Tundi is that, because I know 99.9% of you don't want me to win or you to win.
correct.
And it's so funny when I look at their comments online, I say, hold on, before you lot was talking like you're supporting Daniel and Dunn, and now I'm hearing you say something different. So it just confirms to me what I've always known. You
Yeah,
keep it,
listen.
your
I
circle
don't
small.
listen. I'm not ignorant by any means, but you know
No
what?
way.
I don't
No
even
way.
read nothing. That's the thing. I used to many years ago, right?
Yeah, me too.
The truth is, I don't. People tell me I don't read
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
I don't
That's
have
the best way.
time. I don't have time. Yeah, my time is spent on positivity. My time is spent on trying to improve myself on all aspects. Yeah,
And those around you.
I haven't
Yeah.
got time to read about losers trying to give opinions. Yeah, people who've never achieved anything in their life, not likely to even. That's their whole life revolves around waking up and who should I put down
antagonize.
instead. Yeah, Yeah, come on, man. What an existence. Sad existence.
Yes. How many people can say they've been at that level? What's how many times now? 3, 4 times done. Some people, some
Yeah,
people
bro.
never reach it in their lifetime.
And I listen. Yeah, I know, but it's I won't lie. Like I said, when I get off the phone now, I'm not even. They're making me develop all kind of things. You know, I've become a paranoid person. I don't even take drugs. Don't even drink alcohol. Right? Okay. I've become paranoid. Yeah. They've made me. I swear I will never take any tablets for all this antidepressant things. Yeah. Okay. I may need to see a psychologist. Yeah, because I too, I'm a human being. You know, people don't understand what happens to people when certain things happen to them,
We are the
right?
psychologists, as my dad would
Yeah,
say. They
you
pay me
understand?
the money.
Yeah,
I will give you
you
the.
understand?
I will,
Right?
no psychologist can't
Yeah.
boost you up and support you the way we can. You best
No,
give
it's
just give
when
that
you
money. What you're gonna give the
when
psychologist?
no
Just give
no
it to
when
us.
you no to right when you go to because I'm black. Okay, let me say this now. Being as well on this subject, right? Most majority of black people are dismissive of what we call psychologists. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It is
agreed.
a thing where people study the how the brain works. I do my own. I do my own therapy. Yeah, but I
Yes,
have gone and see a few experts who have qualified in that field. Yeah, and it's been helpful to me. So I won't dismiss it in the sense that I will recommend it rather than dismiss it. But I do a lot of it myself
yes,
because I do it
Mm-hmm.
for other people. I do it for
yes,
other people, like boxers, friends,
Mm-hmm.
families. People hit me up. They got problems, and I talk them.
yes,
It
yes,
just when I go to CSI, it's the matter of telling somebody about your problems. Yeah,
yes,
you once you speak it, you're releasing it. It's an exercise. That's the therapy. It's not because they might say one or two things to me what I haven't thought of. Okay, fine, right? I'll give you an example. Have you got time for me? 2 minutes.
Go on.
Listen, you got all
Right.
the time in the
I'll
world.
give you a prime example. The first time I encountered what we know as a psychologist, coincidentally, was back my last ever amateur fight. You were there, Spence, when I lost to Harry Senior.
At Crook Lodge. Yep, I was
Crook,
there.
Crook, Crook Lodge, yeah. You were there.
1989, that was.
Exactly, yeah. Okay. I'd already beaten Harry in a show, yeah, in their own show. Then when it mattered in Southern Area Divs finals, I got stopped by Harry. What his name now?
Harry Senior.
Senior. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got stopped. I was devastated. In fact, that was my last ever amateur fight. I was devastated, right? Because a lot was riding on it for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you boxed to Brixton in District
Yeah.
then, and that's how long I've known you.
Yeah. So then I lost that fight. I didn't know what depression was because I've never had been told I had depression, but all I know is I was hurting. I was hurting my head. There was a pain in my head, right? And I was going to Guy's Hospital, right, to get examined. And I said to them, "There's a pain in my head. Can you remove it?" Yeah. They must have thought I was a madman. They will examine me thoroughly, and they say, there is no pain. We can't see the signs of what you're complaining. And it was during when, remember Rod Douglas, the boxer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
He had a bleed in the brain.
Against Harold Graham
He
in
had blood pressure.
99.
Yeah, right. And I was, for whatever reason, I thought I had blood clot in my head. And they kept saying to me, "No, there is nothing in there." But I had this pain. Anyway, I used to drive my car, right? And I wanted to ram it into a wall or tree not to kill myself. I'm not suicide, to get rid of the pain, right?
Mm.
And you know, this carried on and carried on. They put me on tablets and I didn't know what the hell the tablets was, yeah? Okay, then I'll be sitting on my own in house and suddenly I'll get a panic attack. Like, I need somebody, I need to be around people, yeah? My partner will call an ambulance, then they'll rush me off to hospital to examine this pain I was feeling. They'll say, right, there's nothing, we can't see no pain, nothing constant. Anyway, fast forward. Do you know how I was cured? My friend Ollie Williams, who his best friend's father was a neurologist top neurologist in Harley Street. He recommended I go and see this guy. I said, I ain't got Harley Street money. Yeah. He said, no, no, no. He's a boxing fan. He'll see you for nothing. He's a friend of the family. I went up to see the man. I told him, he goes, right. He sat down. He said, right, tell me about your life in the last 12 months. Yeah. I said, what do you mean? He said, tell me anything, no matter how insignificant you think, occurrences, things that's happened to you, experiences, just tell me. So he started listing things. Yeah. Coincidentally, I lost my father at that period. I went to Africa to bury my father, and I come back. Lost. It was during the days of the recession, the big recession. I lost my house in Dulwich, repossessed. Right. I had to sell up my business for no money at all. Right. I was low, and then that's when I went and had the fight and lost. I was carrying all this, you know. I still went. I came back from burying my dad, and within 3 weeks, I was in the Crook Lock Sports Center fighting Harrisenia, right in the southern, right. Okay, so all this thing, my whole world crashed, yeah. And guess what? Because
Mm.
we're black, we're thinking, yeah, we're strong. We'll get. So when I saw this man and I told him everything that, by the time he got to point nine of things that I told him that, he said, "What do you think? You're Superman?" I said, "Why?" He goes, "So all these things have happened to you, and you haven't done anything about it, and you just carrying on." I said, "Correct." He said, well, "Show me that tablet they give you from Guy's Hospital." Guess what they were? Prozacs. I didn't know what the hell Prozacs were, right?
Antidepressants, yeah.
Yes, I didn't know. I don't take anything more than paracetamol in my life, yeah? Or cold
Mm,
tablets, yeah? So, bro, he said, right, those are going in the bin. I panic. I goes, what are you doing? He said, no, you don't need those, right? He said, it labeled some depression I had, all right? He said, you're very depressed, deep depression. He said, it's still going to be around for about 2 to 3 weeks. You got to accept before you can heal. Okay. I went over to see him a couple more times, therapy. And that's when I realized what depression was. I didn't know what depression was. I didn't. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, you would find what I've just, my own personal experience is widespread within Black community, because we've got the attitude that we don't need to see. Like I said to you, the man didn't do any, all he did was identify and educate me on what I had. That was the cure. I didn't have to go on tablets to cure myself. I accepted it. Acceptance is the way of cure. Do you understand me? Right?
mm,
Mm.
So since that day, this happened in 1989. That was my last ever fight as an amateur. 1989, this happened. Up till today, 2023, I very rarely take any tablets. The most that you get me take is the paracetamol or Lemsip. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm a guy. I don't even go to doctors. Very rarely go to a doctor. Right?
mm,
So that's what I'm saying to you about this. In terms of going to see someone about not because, no, because the man saved me. Because I'm not suicidal. I wasn't. But why did I want to ram my car? I didn't want to kill myself. I just wanted to get rid of the pain. It was depression pain. I didn't realize. Yeah.
mm, Is that? I guess that's why, you're so concerned with Daniel, even
Correct.
at this stage, and it makes
Correct.
sense. I mean, you just
Correct.
explaining that,
We need
telling us that story.
and you do the same. You do the same, Spencer. You
Yes.
talk to people. You're always helping people, talking to them. Me and you, how many chats have we had over various personal things? We have
Come on.
chats.
Come
When you're
on.
having that chat, it's a therapy, isn't it? It's a release.
One million
Yeah.
Yeah.
percent. But also, Don, like I'm saying, it's like since the loss of my mother, I've had to have bereavement counselling because there's certain times where I'll be talking to Tun and then Tun Spence. You know how many times you mention
Mm.
your mum?
Yeah.
And then it was my friend, similar to you, my friend Paul Flynn,
Mm-hmm.
who I used to train years ago. We've done really, really good in business, and he runs a therapy center. And he says, "I'm going to get one of my specialists to deal with you." And since then, it's been a year and 2 months now since my mom's passed, but
Yeah.
twice a week I get therapy, and I
You
have to
see?
do it. Right.
Yeah.
It is and all it is, and it is, we are very taboo, especially within the black community, about having these things like, no, I mean, I need
It's
to go out and
frowned
things.
upon. It's
No,
frowned upon.
sir.
It shouldn't be frowned upon.
No,
Yeah.
no, and it shouldn't be frowned upon. But on many times as well, the relationship of therapy is like many people who jump on the fighters, right? They get some therapeutic things from it, and we get that kind of release as well because we get to
Correct.
talk out and
Correct.
be real. But
Mm.
it's about having real people around, and I commend you for coming out and saying that, Don. I am going to say this, Don. I really do believe in my hearts of hearts, yeah, that you are going to come back from this, right? And you're not even going to come back because you haven't gone
Most
anywhere,
definitely. I'm not going
right?
anywhere.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that you have a young man now who you can finally tune and mold. And I think you've done that. I think you've done excellently well yesterday for Daniel Dubois. People didn't give him a chance. He was a massive underdog in this.
Correct.
Before we started the show, Tony said, "Where would this rank if Daniel Dubois was to pull it off?" And I said, "This would be the greatest upset in
Correct.
British boxing history and in
Yeah.
heavyweight history because people ain't looking at Usyk as what he is. And you perform amiably. Okay, you like you said earlier, you didn't have the belts, right? But you have the moral belts, my friend, and you have the backing of myself and Babatunde
I'll take
Ajayi,
that. I'll
and
take that.
everyone who's up on the fight is right. And as Tony, when Johnny says like dream it, believe it, become it, you're dreaming it right now. How many man could
Yeah.
turn around and say that they have
And I'm
they have
believing. Oh, I'm dreaming. I'm
pre
believing it. I just need to become
right?
it.
No.
Come on.
But this
It's
is what I'm
coming.
trying
It's
to.
coming. It's
Yeah,
coming.
exactly. But I'm gonna quote again the great man Marcus Garvey. You know what I mean? Um, who said, without confidence, you're twice defeated in a race of life, but with confidence, you won it even before you started. So sometimes you have to visualize to materialize. You've got it already done. Trust
One
me.
thing,
Watch it
one thing I
materialize.
have to say, Don. One thing I have to say, Don. I'm so glad you come on this show this evening. Open your heart to the show because you can see. Maybe you're not watching it, looking it out, but the amount of support that you have
It's
from
crazy,
the
man.
people on this show in the
So let me
chat.
just get my charger, Tun.
You know, the amount of people that are supporting you and bigging you up, say you're a legend, a real one, it's immense. So you're
I
not
appreciate.
alone.
Oh, by the way, because you know me, I'm not internet smart. Tell them people that enough respect and love, yeah, because
Yes,
yeah, I'm a real I'm a real person. I'm not a fake person. I
yes,
get accused of being emotional. Damn right, I'm an emotional guy. I
yes,
love it. I love expressing myself. Nothing wrong
yes.
with that.
Well done. We're gonna leave you again. Thank you for blessing us so soon after a historic night. And listen, the journey continues. We wake up tomorrow.
Absolutely.
We deal with it. Not everybody can. Again, you're talking about the mental aspect of this whole arena that we're involved in. It's not for everybody. That's why everybody ain't up there. Not
Mm,
everybody can take this.
no.
And
Mm.
so you have to look at yourself as a special individual that the Most High has put in a particular position because you're carrying it for so many people, and many people are looking up to you as inspiration. And you're the torch bearer for a lot of people in the community and outside of the
Come on,
community, more
come
than
on.
just from a black perspective, just a human being's perspective. A lot of people look up to you and are inspired by you, and there are going to be a lot of fighters. Listen, if Don King is still at it in his 90s, if Bob Arum is going to
Correct.
celebrate his 92nd birthday in December,
Wow.
we're
Remarkable.
young.
Mm,
We're young in this.
remarkable.
Exactly,
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
exactly.
young in this. We're young in
You know
this.
what I
So
mean?
keep the strength, Don. Keep doing what you're doing. Big up my gym. It's still called my gym, right?
No, man. Pug.
It's pug.
It's fun. All
Yeah.
right, all right. Sorry. That shows you. You say you don't watch nothing. I don't watch nothing either. But except for when I'm talking to my brother about big up the
Yeah.
pub gym London.
Mm.
And just keep doing what you're doing. I'm done. It is an
Trust
inspiration to
me.
many. As soon
Trust
as I come
me.
off this show, I'm studying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. So
Trust me.
Okay. All
And
right.
I want man to realize this. I've known Don since I've been 13 years old.
13,
When
13 years old. You and
when
Danny
Don
Williams. Yeah.
yeah, when Don Charles used to have a Tintin and could do them little freaky dance
I
with them
did.
tight jeans and his
I
big leather
did.
coat, right?
come on. Come
Yeah.
on.
Hey,
So
you lot used to want. Hey, you lot used to want to be me, especially Michael Pavel in
mad
particular.
badly.
But
Yeah, Michael
but
Burrell
you
badly
you've always
wanted to
been
be
a
me.
you've always been a styler anyway. You had your style
Yeah, I
from
tried,
day
man.
one.
I
From
tried.
day one.
Yeah,
Day one.
Come on.
like I said, Don, we're immensely proud of you for yesterday. We feel your pain, but at the same time, there's also a part of adulation of pride that came over me. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And that's that because the world saw Don Charles on the TV doing your stuff and seeing Daniel Dubois box the way that it is. And a major talk is about the controversy more than anything, but he stuck to a game plan. And you know what? It's coming. So on that
I know.
note, my
I know.
brother, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure, Don Charles.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again for having me on. Okay.
Come on, Dad.
Pleasure, my friend.
Enough,
Appreciate it.
enough,
Oh, love.
enough love.
Yeah. Take care. Thank
Okay.
you.
Good night.
Excellent, Spence. And I'm happy that we brought a smile to my brother's face.
Come on, man.
Start the show, feeling a bit obviously and rightfully so down, but by the end of it, it's all smiles, and I feel that that's the energy that this show continues to give out every day. And people done said it. He feels like he's just having a normal chat on the phone. You get him to the
Wow.
man's them.
On Twitter, there's 1,200 people on it right now.
Come on, come on. It's a
So
powerful show. It's a powerful
powerful.
show, and again, Don has got so many people that support him in this. And we listen. Again, it's kind of mad because Alexander Usyk won last night. He won, but it just shows you the power of the people. And there are so many people who are in favor, who feel that Don was Don and Daniel, more importantly, was robbed from victory last night. And listen, whatever we want to think, Don has a fault in his mind, Daniel has a fault in his mind, the team have a fault in their mind, and they thought it was done harshly. So again, Don is one good thing, and I did actually post it. What Alexander said. He said, "Listen, you're young. It's
Yeah, I see
boxing.
that. I see you posted that. I see
Yeah,
that.
you're young. You're boxing. You can dream. See,
Mm,
dreams are the things what fuel you. And as long as Daniel and Don continue to dream and get up in the morning, because enough man don't like that part. They'll dream, they'll pray, but they ain't doing no work. So no
Trust
matter,
me.
I'm telling you, no manner ain't coming from heaven if you ain't putting in that work.
Exactly. Like my
Yeah.
dad used to say, dreams only become reality when you get up.
Yeah, I
And
like
you know
that
what?
one,
It's mad.
man.
You know, the madness is today.
I like that one.
is-
I like that
today,
one.
today's my dad's birthday,
Come on.
and it's really mad because usually on my dad's birthday, because it was his 18 years now since he passed, I usually feel down. But now
You
when
go
you start
down right
realizing
there,
this
bro.
thing, I say you ain't gone nowhere. You know what I mean? You ain't gone nowhere. You're right in my heart. But yeah,
You're
that's what my
only
dad used
up.
to say to me. Come on, man.
Only up. Only
Come on,
up.
man. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, what a great show, Spence.
Yeah, man. Blessing.
Man, both man shining. We're up with, and we're both going to work as soon as we put this thing down. Because again, everything's inspiration for me anyway. I don't look at nothing as a loss. It's always a lesson. And the only thing, as the person who Bob Marley once said, "Who feels it knows it." And
Okay.
and I know what Don is feeling because I've been in that situation a couple of times myself. But each time I'm saying, "All right, cool, let's go," because my God is real, and I'm not giving up.
Trust me.
And
Trust me.
I just feel that Don has to feed off the positive energy and don't. Remember, I did say it before. Stop talking about this. I'm old 61 business. I said it
Bro.
before the fight. Remember, I said it. I said it. And
Bro.
but I'm, listen. This is what friends are for. To
Come on, man. Come on.
remind you
Come on.
of certain things when you're feeling down and to boost you up. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure. Oh, I would be remiss if I don't say the Snapchats.
Yeah,
the
quick.
Snapchats.
Get on them, man. There's 31 of them.
Yeah, because people's going to be saying, what? You didn't even call out my Snapchat. So first, let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Thank you, Mark Warby, for the £2 super sticker. Dotty Girl, the one and only Dotty Girl. Thank you for sharing your story, Don. Ikram, I always say Ikram Mudim Zwain. Thank you for the 70 ZAR. He said, "Well done, coach. I've never seen Dubois fight like that before. He had Usyk, and was growing in the fight. Please tell him that he's done something nobody else has done, and we are proud of him." Congratulations. Great point. Mark, again, £3. Big up Mark Warby again. Everyone knows the truth. Daniel is our champion.
Come on.
You, sir. Monty Singh, thank you for the £10, sir. He said, "Evening, chaps. DDD Triple D looked the best ever last night. Don did a great job with him in just one camp. Big props. Regarding the body shot, we forget Usyk is one of the best. DDD had a bright future under Don Charles.
Big up,
Big up
Monty.
Money Singh. Raise 71. Thank you for the £5, sir. He said, spoken like a father you are, Don. You are not just a trainer for these young men. You will get your world champion, inshallah. Come on.
Big up yourself, Ren.
Big up yourself, Rain. And Upgrade Lemonade, thank you for the $5. He said Usyk didn't cheat, but the ref made a shit call, and pushing Usyk to take more time was just absolutely crazy. Everyone said Daniel had a puncher's chance, and that was it. It's true, you know. That is true. Felix is niggas. Old type call. Thank you for the $5. He said Tundi was not a thief. This is when you try to say I was a thief, a little 7-year-old thief. He said he was a hustler, a jack of all trades, a master of none. But now he has found his goals, and well done, brother Daniel. Will come back. Respect. Come on. Big up niggas. I think massive. SS10 said massive respect for Don Charles joining the show. And again, this is a man who just had one hell of a night, you know, or one heaven of a night. And thank you for blessing the show, Don. And thank you, SSM, for the £2. Again, I think I may have read this. Oh, yeah, I've read that. So that's all the Snapchats.
Yep, that's all the snaps.
That's all the Snapchats. No more. It has been a fantastic show. Thank you all for joining us. 745 in the chat. Still press the like button, because what I've noticed, the pattern I've noticed, is people are watching, but they're not pressing the like thing. So that
I don't care. I don't care.
No. They got it's all analytics. Press the thing.
I understand it's all analytics, yeah, but we know innit.
Yeah, we know the thing. We know
the thing. We know the thing. Set. I'm not begging no one to press the thing. You press it. You
bro,
press it.
You're a true yard man, you know. Me now beg no one for press.
No, beg no friend, my friend. No, trust me.
You too, Sugar Ray 29. You have a great week as well. Rob Mayer, heavy show. Too blessed, heavy show. Man said, bad mind, press the button. It's true. Don't be a bad man, Just press up the thing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end the show in exactly the same. Now, let me put on the specs. The Dennis Taylor specs. Remember Dennis Taylor, bad man snooker tape player.
He was a bad boy snooker player.
Irishman. I wonder what Dennis is doing nowadays.
Now, you know what? My mate who owns Jack's Wine Bar knows him really well. John. He knows him really, really, really well. So, he's an Irish brother as well. So, Dennis Taylor comes down to, he's got his bar in Southwark, comes down there quite regular.
Come on.
So, man, big up Dennis Taylor.
Snooker was bad in them days there. Man like Jimmy White, Alex Higgins, and them man there.
No, Alex Higgins was a gangster. Remember, Alex Higgins used to bust up man as well.
yeah. Steve Davis, all these man here. Yeah, come on. To Alan Scholes. Ladies and gentlemen, I end the show in exactly the same way I and my brother Spencer, the Knowledge Fearing, started it in the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
Coming up, I pray that you have a plum-pleasing week. This week, we're going to have a lot more interviews coming out. Part 2 of Nigel Benn will be coming out this week. It was going to come out today, but because of what happened with Daniel and everything else, we just thought it right to leave it and get it in the week. And we will be sitting down with a couple really special guests. So me and Manny are going to be on the road, and we'll just take it from there.
Love that. Don't forget to pass through Kevin's thing.
Could be. I'm looking at the time. I might just jump in with the whip and
holiday, yeah. You never know. I might phone you gone.
It's not a dress up thing.
No. You just roll it. Probably in some pub, but it's got a little, patio at the back.
Yeah. I'm gonna drive down. I'm gonna drive down there. Big up Kevin Lesby, real supporter of the Kevin Lovelace. Kevin Lovelace, real supporter of the thing.
100%. All right?
Big up.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have a great week. Good night and God bless.